the Nuggets actually did it. I was like, no way, right? The day of the game, all these injuries piling up. We didn't know till like maybe a day before, I think, or maybe the day of. Dusumu was out, calf. And I'm like, there goes another guy, another guard down. Of course, Nuggets are going to come back 3-1. If any time they were coming back 3-1, it'd be this time when the Timberwolves are so depleted. But I guess it was fate because it happened. With all that injury mess, Timberwolves still prevailed. Now, of course, I want to congratulate and glaze Loki, McDaniels, and the Timberwolves. But right now, we got to just talk about what I witnessed. Like, of course, when they went up 3-1, I'm like, this don't look good. Then they won that game at home. And they were going back to Timberwolves. And then you had the reports of the injury. I'm like, they're going to win this series. But I was already looking at the next series. Like, there's no way they're going to have anything for Wemby. There's no way. Wemby's going to feed. And lo and behold, they did it. I think the one place you got to start is Jokic. Now, his numbers looked amazing. And I think this was his best game of the series. But outside of really one quarter, the third quarter, he wasn't best of the world player. The third quarter, Jokic scores 14. But aside from that, quarter one, 4 points. Quarter two, 5 points. The fourth quarter, 1 point. And this has happened so many fourth quarters in this series. It's like he's just anti-aggression. He's back to his younger self where he's more of a passer and he can score, but his main thing is facilitating and running the offense and stuff like that. But since he's been this MVP Jokic, he's had that mentality of scoring. And, you know, the past few years, I'm like, if it's a close game and Jokic has got the ball, I'm trusting a good shot is going to be put up, whether it's for his teammates or for him. Now, usually for him, a good shot is a tough shot, but his touch is so good. I feel good. I think that's a good shot because of what he can do. In the fourth quarter today, he's just handing it off. It's like he thinks about going at Gobert one-on-one, and he does it for a second, and then he passes out. And I want to credit the Timberwolves. Their defense was ridiculous. Gobert is just a blanket on Jokic. McDaniels is a blanket on Murray, and I'll get to that. But this video is mainly about Jokic, and I have been just seeing people pile on this man like crazy. And I think it's a big thing that also happened with LeBron. Not to compare Jokic and LeBron. Jokic is nowhere near LeBron. But in the terms of glazing, right? We're on the subject of glazing right now. And there are some heavy hitting glazers for Jokic in the basketball, NBA, commentary sphere. If you know, you know. And I think because these people are so hard for Jokic, to put it simply, it actually creates people that wouldn't really care if you like about Jokic too much one way or the other. It makes them a hate watching Jokic guy because the glazing is so crazy for Jokic. So if you look at it broadly, it's almost like Jokic glazers have caused this. I just feel like Jokic right now is on the public square and he's getting rocks thrown at him right now. A lot of it is overdone. Most of it's overdone. People are going crazy saying he was like not even ever best player in the world, which of course that's debatable, but saying like there's people saying that he never was in the convo of best player in the world. And of course he was. But a lot of the things they're saying is true. Now, to put it where I stand in the last few years, I had thought Jokic was the best player. But I've always gravitated towards the passing type players. Steve Nash, LeBron. When Lonzo was in high school, college, coming up, NBA, I was a big Lonzo guy. I just love these guys that have that passing mentality. Halliburton. So I've always had a thing for passers. So Jokic was just naturally gonna appeal to me as someone that likes that type of player. So this year, my bias has been like really struggling because of how Shea has looked and how Wemby has looked. And I'm not like a guy that's saying, okay, Jokic, I don't care what happens. Jokic is still the best player. Like, that's crazy. He is, or now, he can't be called the best player in the world now. He can't. This year, people said Shea's the best player in the world. I couldn't say anything. He had like almost a perfect season. Like, he almost had a flawless season. I don't know what else you could have done better. With all the injuries he had, how he played, how efficient he was, there's not much you can say. Now, of course, there is a grifting aspect that just puts me away from certain players, like a Shea, like a Brunson, like a Embiid. Like during Embiid's MVP runs, I couldn't even watch the Sixers game because of the grifting. Now I know every player grifts, but there's a spectrum. There are certain players that grift to accentuate a call, and there's certain players that go into moves because their first mentality is I'm getting to the line, not I'm trying to score. So that's where it's like it's hard for me to connect with those type of players. Of course, I know grifting is a necessary evil because it's rewarded. It's not the player's fault, it's the league's fault. And these refs always getting duped by these flails and stuff. I mean, it's what it is. But I'm getting off subject. So yeah, I had Jokic in the tops, but this series, man, it said a lot. In previous years, Gobert has made it tough, very tough on Jokic. But it's never like Jokic doesn't know what to go to because Gobert has him figured out. It was always like, man, that was a tough bucket. How'd he hit that over Gobert? But he would always do that. And now I don't know if it's due to the injury or he's getting older. What's happening? Are we on the other side of his prime? I think it's way too early to say that. Only 30, 31, way too early. I think he's still in his prime. But tops of the world convo, I think, has to be put aside until we see what he does next playoff run. It didn't help the fact that the Nuggets perimeter players could not contain anyone on the perimeter. So it was basically a layup line to the rim. And once they get to the rim, Jokic is like watching. There's nothing he's going to do to impede anyone in the rim. And so the narrative around Jokic for a lot of people and a lot of spreadsheet type guys having him the best, I wonder what they're saying after the series. Because I mean, I seen a graphic to where it was Jokic's playoff career stats, his splits, like his field goal percentage, three, and then this series. And it was like his field goal percentage was a 10% drop from his whole career. The three was like a 30% drop or something like that. And it seems that Jokic's shot is gone. I'm never going to trust his shot ever again. And I'm a Heat fan. And when they played in the finals, Jokic couldn't miss a three. And every time I'm like, oh my God, there's nothing we could do with this guy because he has everything inside and he can hit the three at a 40% clip. And that's just gone. That's just gone. Now I want to discuss Jamal Murray just for a second. He has the same thing Donovan Mitchell has. Every time I watch them, I'm like, they're exhausted. They are gassed. And it could be the first quarter and they just look gassed. I don't know what it is. What McDaniels did to him, and not only this game, but this whole series, it's a few days past this game. He's got to still be waking up with night terrors about that defense he's got on him. Jamal was 4 of 17, 23%, 0 of 2 on threes, 12 points minus 18. My gosh. 12 points on 17 shots. That is nasty. Jamal will often have these inefficient games, but it's always the end when it's a close game. He just has that clutch gene and he can hit some big shots. But a lot of times he is inefficient. This series he had nothing, and that's all due to McDaniels. McDaniels scores a career high tonight, 32 points, 10 rebounds. He was looking like KD in this game. And what I mean by that is he would get to his spot, he would rise and shoot over whoever was guarding him. Whoever was guarding him was at least 3 inches shorter than him. And so he was just rising up and shooting right over them, right around the free throw line. And that thing was money every time. Like literally, he would have Jamal on him. He would get to a spot and shoot over him like he wasn't even there. People forget McDaniels is 6'10". That's a tall dude. And so Jamal's like, what, 6'5"? He got 5 inches on him. He just shoots over him. And they were abusing Murray on defense. Then at the end of the game, you had Terrence Shannon drive right into Jamal's chest. Left-handed layup right to the rim. No deterrence from Jokic. He was nowhere to be found in a clutch moment. Just that he's just a rim run. I should have made this video right when this game happened. Been like 3 days. I forget all the shit I got to take notes. And I don't know where the Nuggets go from here because, you know, you got Murray. Jonas was their big pickup in the offseason, him and Bruce Brown. They didn't have awesome series. Aaron Gordon's an awesome player for them, but how healthy is he going to be going forward? I mean, you never know. I think I was watching something. They said like the last few years, he hasn't played 15 games in a row ever in like the last few seasons. So there's that. Cam Johnson, I didn't think he had the best series, but you don't ask too much of him. And in the last game, he balled out 27 points. He was on fire. And I don't want to see Spencer Jones, bro. Like his jump shot pisses me off when I watch it. I can't stand his jump shot. And before this game, I was like, the only way I can see Timberwolves winning because of all the injuries is if Julius Randle just has one of them games like he's in his all-star season in New York. But he was even 6 of 17 for 18 points. 18 points on 17 shots. So he didn't have a great game. It was Jaden McDaniels, Terrence Shannon, and of course, Gobert. Bones Highland, 0-3 with all them guards out. Naz Reid, 15 points. It was just that defense. They locked up the Nuggets because, like, with Jokic, you expect their offense to be great. It's the defense, you're like, I don't know, maybe they can skate by, but their offense is so good that they're going to get enough points. Can you just get a few stops? But they couldn't even score 98 points. They didn't even score 100 points in this game. It was tough pickings for them. I don't know where they go. Jokic, I don't even know where he might be third or fourth now, depending on where you got Luka. Because I got Wemby second. I don't know who's first, but I know Wemby second. And Wemby might even be first. I don't know. I haven't thought about it too much. I'm going to be honest. I did not watch the Shea series. I know he went stupid. I knew that series was going to be a sweep, so I'm like, I'll wait to watch the grifting. But I did watch Wemby's first series. I was going to make a Wemby round 1 retrospective, but something popped up where I couldn't make it out. I still might go to it depending on when their series starts, but this West second round is going to be kind of booty. Gonna have a Lakers with no Luka. You're gonna have a Timberwolves with all their injuries. It's really like, yo, guys, in the second round on the West, can you all just both sweep so we can see you match up in the Western Conference Finals? And then the East, so much is going on, but I'm not impressed. Like, I'm not like thinking one of these East teams is gonna be competitive with a West team. I'm not seeing that. The Celtics, I just watched them lose. They just choked a 3-1 lead, so they're out. The Knicks are probably gonna be in the finals. Who knows? That would be cool. Knicks in the finals. It's been a long time. That'll be fun. Oh my gosh, that's gonna pain me. If it's OKC versus Knicks in the finals, it's gonna be a grift off. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I must know your opinions on Jokic. What did you have him before the playoffs in the hierarchy of the league, and what do you have him now? Has your opinion changed? Are you steadfast and he's still the best player if you had him there? I gotta know, because there's no way I can have him still tops of the league after this. Like, the best player in the world, this doesn't happen in the first round. I know this team kind of has had your number in the past, but with all their injuries, if they were fully healthy and they lost, I'd be like, it's just a tough matchup for them. But with all the injuries, I can't do it. I see Jokic. Jokic is no more for me top player in the league. Dang.